A long time ago, in a village called Abaka, there was a girl named Uku. Everyone in the village knew her. She was stunning. Her bright eyes and smooth skin made people stop and stare. But beauty was not the only thing that made Uku stand out. People feared her. Uku despised men. Unlike the other girls in the village, she never laughed or smiled with anyone. She always carried a serious expression, and when men tried to approach her, things turned violent. She would not let them come near her, and if they tried, she would beat them until they could no longer stand. The men of Abaka quickly learned to stay away. Some bore black eyes from her punches. Others carried bruises across their bodies. Despite her beauty, their fear outweighed her admiration. Stay away from her, they warned one another. She is not like the other girls. Uku lived in the village, beautiful yet feared. One day, Uku went to market to buy food. The market was bustling, full of people talking and selling their goods. As usual, she moved through the crowd without a smile. She picked out some vegetables and was about to leave when a young man, not looking where he was going, accidentally bumped into her. Without hesitation, Uku's hand flew through the air. Slap! She struck the man hard across the face. The sound was so loud that the market fell silent. People turned in shock. The man's cheek reddened instantly, but he did not fight back. He knew better. His eyes widened with fear, and he quickly bowed his head. I'm sorry, he stammered before turning and running away as fast as he could. The women in the market shook their heads. Some whispered, she did again. But no one dared say anything to Uku. They knew better. The fear of her grew even stronger in their hearts. Despite her reputation, many men in the village still wanted to marry Uku. Her beauty was undeniable. Some believed that if they were kind, she might soften. Others thought they could change her. They were all wrong. One by one, suitors came to Uku with gifts and sweet words, hoping to win her heart. But Uku saw through their tricks. If any man got too close, she beat him without mercy. Many left her home with bruises, some even begging for her forgiveness. But Uku showed none. Even the village chief believed his son would be different. She won't dare touch my son, he said proudly. But Uku did not care about status. When the chief's son tried to charm her, she punched him so hard he lost 2 teeth. He returned home with a swollen face, unable to speak. The chief was furious, but he knew better than to challenge Uku. From that day forward, the men of the village understood. No matter who they were, Uku would never let them near her without a fight. The elders of Abaka began to worry. Why does Uku behave this way? They asked one another. She is strong, but why does she hate men so much? They decided it was time to confront her. The entire village gathered in the square to witness the moment. Men, women, even children watched in anticipation. Uku walked into the square, tall and unafraid. The elders sat in a circle, waiting for her to speak. But Uku did not look down or show fear. Uku, one elder asked, why do you fight the men? Another asked, why do you beat every suitor that comes your way? Uku did not flinch. She looked at the elders and spoke calmly. I will never let a man control me, and I will never stop fighting them. Gasps filled the air. The villagers whispered amongst themselves. The elders were puzzled. But why, Uku? One elder pressed. What happened to make you this way? Uku did not answer. She stood in silence, her secrets locked away. One hot afternoon, Uku went to the stream to fetch water. As she walked back, her foot slipped on a rock, and she fell hard. Her pot shattered, and she winced in pain, struggling to stand. A farmer nearby saw what happened and rushed to help her. He bent down to tend her injured foot. But Uku did not see kindness. She saw a threat. Bam! Her fist struck the farmer's face, sending him backward. Don't you dare touch me, she shouted, her eyes blazing with fury. The farmer, holding his swollen cheek, tried to explain. I was just helping you. But Uku did not listen. The villagers whispered about the incident. She even attacked a man who only wanted to help. But no one confronted Uku. They knew what she was capable of. Her reputation as the fiercest woman in Abaka only grew stronger. One person, however, was intrigued by her, Prince Adio. He admired her strength and independence. No one like her had ever existed in Abaka. Determined, he visited Uku often, bringing gifts of fine clothes, rare fruits, and beautiful jewelry. Uku did not push him away, but she did not warm up to him either. One day, the prince invited her for a walk by the stream. As they walked side by side, he thought, maybe she is starting to like me. She hasn't pushed me away. Feeling confident, he made a mistake. He reached out to hold her hand. To Uku, this was not a simple gesture. It felt like control. Bam! A punch to his chest. Pow! A blow to his face. The prince stumbled, trying to defend himself, but Uku was too strong, too fast. She did not stop until he lay on the ground, bruised and bleeding. The prince's guards rushed in, carrying him back to the palace. When the king saw his son battered, his fury knew no bounds. Who did this? He roared. Everyone knew the answer. The king summoned Uku. The entire village gathered at the palace, eager to see what would happen. Uku walked in with her head high. The king glared at her. "Why did you attack my son?" he demanded. Uku remained silent. The king grew angrier. "Speak, girl." Still, Uku said nothing. The villagers leaned in, waiting. Finally, Uku's fierce expression softened. Tears welled in her eyes. And for the first time, she spoke her truth. She told him about her father, the man who was supposed to protect her, but instead beat her mother every day. She spoke of the day he beat her pregnant mother so badly that she lost a baby and her life. The villagers listened in stunned silence. She revealed the horror she faced after her father's death, living with cruel uncles who mistreated women, treating them as if they were nothing. She had seen too much. She had felt too much pain, and she had made a vow. No man would ever have power over her. The village fell silent. They had once seen her as a troublemaker. Now, they saw a woman who had endured immense suffering. The king, hearing her story, made a declaration. No man in Abaka shall ever mistreat a woman again. The village changed that day. Respect for women became law. Uku, still strong, allowed herself to trust just a little. She agreed to marry the prince, not because she had been tamed, but because he had learned to respect her. And so, Uku's tale became legend, a story of pain, strength, and healing told for generations to come.